Hello everyone, welcome to the Human Reviews channel, and today we are doing a rare instance where I'm not covering a rock or a metal album. We're doing Food by MF Doom. This is an album that I have wanted to listen to ever since I first listened to Madvillainy, an album that I actually just re-listened to earlier today that is just so fresh, inventive, such amazing sampling. MF Doom is one of the best lyricists and charismatic rappers ever. So yeah, you combine that with is it Madlib? Or is it Madvillain? I don't know why I fucking thought he was called Madvillain then for a sec. No, the album's called Madvillainy. You combine the two of them, put those on an album, and you get like the best shit ever. But some people claim that Food is even better than that album. So I'm going into this thing with pretty high expectations, okay? That album is like, what was it, like 45 minutes of just the smoothest, best sounding jazz rap imaginable, and I'm expecting this to be just as good, okay? I'm going into this shit with the highest expectations imaginable. Yeah, this album came out in 2004. It's 15 songs, 48 minutes. Is that longer or shorter than Madvillainy? I think Madvillainy's a little bit shorter. Yeah, Madvillainy's, they're around the same length. Madvillainy's a little bit shorter. I don't think I've heard anything. Actually, no, I have heard some stuff off this album. Which songs have I heard? Well, I can't tell because I had the whole album downloaded and so it says I have all of them saved. So I can't tell you which songs I have and haven't heard off of this album. But the ones I have heard, I thought were amazing. I thought were great. And yeah, I'm going into this thing expecting it to be nothing but heat. Let's get straight into this. Track 1, Beef Rap.
I haven't eaten all day. How am I gonna do this?
Yeah,
man?
don't wait for her, man. Don't wait for her. I'll tell you what, man.
And I'm pretty hungry.
Yo, let
I'm
him come
serious.
back.
Here you will find food for your body, as well as comfort for your troubled mind.
Yeah, the album's split into 3 sections. The first section's called Appetizers, then it's Special Recipes, then it's Entrees. The middle part's all skits. I don't know, I think the skits on Madvillainy are really good.
Beef rap can lead to getting teeth capped or even a reef from armed dudes on some grief crap. Talk a wealth of shit and ain't never seen the justice. Bust this like a cold milk from out the toilet. 2 batteries, some Brillo, and some foil, he'll boil it. Mash just
This
to cover the raw
production's
flesh.
amazing,
A rather
dude.
ugly brother with flows that's gorgeous.
Again, instantly,
Drop
you're just
dead
getting
joints with the
everything
whips
that
like
makes
bird shit. They need it like
MF
a
Doom
hole
shit's
in
so
the
good.
head or a
Amazing
third tip.
sampling.
Papa
The
hell
writing is
barred 4
flawless.
bars and kicked out the Carvel.
Shit's amazing.
Or cook a whip for a meal, do a commercial for Mellow Yellow. Tell them devils hell no, say y'all on Jello. We
The writing's so fucking good. It's so fun.
As the rhymers are stripping males, out of work jerks since they shut down Chippendales. They chipping nails, doom, chipping scales, let alone the pre-orders that's counted off shipping sales.
He sounds so bored on this song. It's not boredom, it's slick. It's slick, it's confident. Relaxed, exactly. That's my favorite thing about MF Doom, is the fact that he is able to just sound so chill, but still provide some of the most clever, some of the most fun bars that you're gonna hear in any song. Like, this shit just has me grinning from ear to ear. Some of these lines even have me giggling, you know? It's just so fun. It's so carefree. It's so relaxed. This shit's amazing. Just as good as I would expect off of, like, Madvillainy. 9.6. Absolutely incredible way to start this shit off. Next song, Hoe Cakes. Not gonna be doing too much talking throughout this, if you couldn't tell. I'm just gonna kind of let the album speak for itself.
Keep your hoes in check.
Exactly, doesn't take it too seriously.
I got this girl and she wants me to duke her. I told her I'll
Only
take her
Madvillainy.
around 8. She said, that sounds great. Shorty girl's a trooper. No matter what I need her to do, she be like, I can't live with this. Handle your business. Villainous, stay on a scandalous whole shit list. 1 pack of cookies,
No,
please,
not how
Mr.
Doomsday.
Hooper. I call her Thunder
Like
Thighs with the fatty swoller.
Even in the beats, even in just the sampling, this shit is so relaxed. It just sounds like him messing about. This is like, the songs are able to sound so connected, while at the same time it literally sounds like he's just dicking about with like different sampling and like cutting shit up. It's just so fun. You can sleep to this in a good way. Yeah, yeah.
You don't wanna, don't waste her time, I'll dupe her. And be a father to your child like the... He keep his hoes in check, sends them out to get glows from all frozen necks.
Huh. The way that kind of fades to the back there, that's pretty cool.
Has the laser cannon been loaded?
Everything has been prepared as you ordered. But how did you get permission to return to New York, Master?
Yeah, just taking bits from like old TV shows. It's so fun.
Sure. I know what you mean.
Oh, damn. Transition went crazy. Yeah, just like the previous song, that one's fun as hell. Such creative sampling on that one where it just feels like him, you know, just dicking about with what literally sounds like beatboxed drum sounds. Just him going into the mic. And it's just him having fun with it, man. It's not taking itself seriously at all. It's just trying to make something that sounds as goofy and as fun as possible, while still having all of the creative writing that you expect, all of the vocal charisma that you expect, and a great use of the, well, I'm guessing that's like an old Fantastic Four TV show if they're talking about Doctor Doom. You love the cartoony samples? Yeah, it's just so fucking fun, man. Yeah, that one's like another 9 for me, 9.4. Potholderz.
Tyson is a foul holocaust. Hitler gas your whole head up with poetry. I'm fed up. Ignore cordon bleu. Stand up, get up. Lunge for your knife. Don't forget your potholders.
The one that's too fly to eat shoe pie. Never too busy when it comes down to you and I. A lot of niggas wish to die. Hot shit.
When I was 4, I penned God was born in New York. Back in 77. Still got Nan in the crescent. The epic
Count Bass D.
God's present. Rappers don't blow up, heads do. My name is Dwight Spitz, I'm a sonic addict. I used to think it was merely a nagging habit. It's a chore, a fact of life.
Yeah, this feature's amazing.
I get mad love, but I detest the labor and its wages.
He matches MF Doom's energy so well in feeling so relaxed, but also, you know, having all of the charisma needed to fit in here. This album's self-produced, right? I'm guessing it is, because MF Doom is also a producer. Oh, Madlib helped with production on this one too.
A short time later.
Cool. I think that was the best one so far. That one, I would genuinely give it 10. That shit was incredible, dude. Guitar sample was kind of repetitive. I thought the guitar sample was one of the best we've had up to this point. Yeah, I don't know, just in terms of how clever the writing is, in terms of how great that feature was, the actual sample that's used on this song, that's my favorite so far. That guitar thing just, I don't know. It's like a complete fucking earworm. That's just gonna be stuck in my head all day, I can guarantee. Man, this album is like on par with Madvillainy up to this point. It's living up to the hype. I went into this a little nervous, being worried that it, you know, wouldn't be able to live up to the expectations, but it really is. This is firing on all cylinders right now. One Beer is produced by Madlib. Okay, so this was the only one that he produced on the album. Okay. Next up, One Beer.
I get no kick from champagne. Mere alcohol doesn't thrill me at all. There's only one beer left.
Starting off with singing is
in our ears
interesting.
like we're deaf. Across the mic, hold it like the heat, he might toss it. Told her, tell him they stole it. He told her he lost it. She told him get off it and a bunch of other more shit. Getting money, DTs be getting no new leads. It's like he eating watermelon and road. She asked him autograph her dairy.
Really? I guess this does sound like it would fit in with Madvillainy.
Rapping and dancing like redhead kingpin. Doom came to do the thing again, no matter who be blinging. He do it for the smelly hubbies. Sees no.
I don't know if that was like intentional references to 3 different Marvel characters in the span of one line. But he did Kingpin, Doom, and the Thing. That I don't know if that was intentional, but if it was, then that's clever as fuck. I think that's the best instrumental sample so far. Just the fills are fantastic over this. The vocals kind of providing a backing harmony as well.
It's done.
Just great.
My plan is foolproof, but just in case.
And what about Smoke?
This from Spider-Man.
Right, Lidhead.
You're weird. Why is everyone staring at us?
Hold it.
Whoa. Okay. That end bit lasted a little long, in my opinion. It kind of got to the point where I was like, okay, I get it. I'm gonna be like, move on to the next track. That's like my first moment on this album that I can say I wasn't too crazy on, was just that entire end bit with the Fantastic Four and Spider-Man shows, just kind of feeling like they just dragged a little bit and made the song feel a little overly long. But I don't know, besides that, that was just as good as everything else. That one's a high 8 for me. Seriously, this shit is just smooth as hell. This album is just such a consistent, easy listening ride. There's not even too much for me to talk about here. All of the songs are amazing for the exact same reasons as the previous ones, you know? It's just consistent, fantastic, incredibly written. No complaints from me, you know? I don't have too much to say about this shit. The album's kind of just speaking for itself at this point. This album has 25.6% food mentioning, 62 different types of foods and drink, most of it carb-heavy food and snacks. Also, chat, I need to show you this, actually. While I was listening... Thank you, PC. While I was listening to Madvillainy again, for the purposes of preparing for this video earlier today, like, just before I started streaming, I finished... well, I didn't finish I got to, like, one of the final songs. I was playing Fortnite while listening to it. Look at this. See right there? I got a 25 kill win on my final game. Okay? 25 kill win. I think that's aura as fuck, to be honest. Anyway, I rest my case. I'm the best. Deep fried Frenz.
As you call them, they call you when they need something. Trees for the blunt, to G's for the front. Send me a letter or better, we can see each other in real life. Just so you can feel me like a steel knife. At least so you can see the white of the eye. Mom, dad, comrade, peeps, brothers, sisters, duns, dunnies. Some come around when they need some money. Others make us laugh like the Sunday funnies. Fan be around whether you pay the bummy. Never let your so-called mans know your plans. A show of hands is a term some people use loosely. I'm real choosy on what I choose to let crew see. You telling me?
This is the best written song so far. We're only a minute in and I've already decided this is the best written song so far. Damn.
Person one likes to socialize with, sympathize, a helper, and that's about the size of it. Most of the time these attributes is one-sided. To boast of the crime, they apt to shoot you through your eyelid and they can't hide it. I first met Mr. Fantastic at an arms deal. Don't let it get drastic, think of how your moms will feel. When they get for real, still get the sparking. Everything darkened, it ain't no talking. I'd rather go out in a blaze than give them the glory. A similar story, the four lovers.
Such creative use of that fucking vocal sample as well.
Villainous, don't be silly. I know who my friends are, and the next nice neighborhood I move into, you guys will get cracked.
Guarded by a fighting force that never sleeps, that never relaxes its vigilance. For none is as feared, none has as many foes as Doom.
He continued his search, never showing his face, unless threatened by bandits who prey on travelers, who foolishly wander alone through their domain.
I tripped a lot out here in the...
Yeah, that song kind of has a similar issue for me as the previous song, where it just kind of feels like the skit lasts a bit too long at the end. It kind of feels like it kills the pace a little bit. But still, I don't really mind all that much. That's a crazy fucking stutter. When listening casually, I'm not really going to care all that much. It's just when I'm actually, like, sitting here, like, paying full attention. The skits maybe do kind of drag on a little bit too much. But even besides that, I think that the instrumental and the lyrics on that song are the best they've been on the entire album up to this point. Seriously, this song is a great display of how MF Doom can be very serious while still not taking himself seriously. It's still very charismatic, it's still just as charming as you'd expect it to be, it's still just as nerdy as it always is, whilst he's talking about actual serious shit, and he's actually just discussing a topic that means a lot to him. And I find that so impressive, the way he's able to find that balance so well on that track. It's just fucking amazing. I just wish the skit wasn't as long as it was. That one's like a low 9 for me. Okay, now we move into the second part of the album, which is special recipes. These are 4 skits, sorry. I'm gonna rate these all as 1. In fact, here's how I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna figure out my overall score for each individual part of the album, and then we'll figure out the average of the 3 of them, and that'll be the score at the end. My score for the first part of this album would be... Score for the first part is a 9.3. So for the skits, I'm not really going to say scores because they're not like official tracks. They're all like 1 minute or even less than a minute pieces. So let's just continue. Next track, Poo Putt Platter.
I tripped a lot out here in the woods lately. This is a platter of... This makes an exceptionally good late night snack.
Nothing comes between me and my masters.
What is it, Father?
These footprints were made by the Flying Monkey Men.
What's a Poo Putt Platter? I don't know. Couldn't tell you.
Now, Rapper, perhaps you will listen.
Whenever I'm expecting a lot of company,
Fillet-O-Rapper.
haven't had a lot of company in a long time, but if I were expecting some, I'd whip up a really substantial meal. Good healthy meal like this fillet.
Now that's what they call soul food. Now you got black-eyed peas, turnip greens, collard greens.
And this instrumental is great. See, I kind of wish that they saved this instrumental for like a proper song. This shit sounds amazing.
You can also fix yourself a gumbo. You gotta watch your gums on this.
Yeah, these all feel like they're meant to be connected. Not pausing is definitely
Perfect for
helping
every
these.
situation, but edible wrappers could actually beef up your next meal.
Using the wrap.
Source of that edible rapper's voice is still unknown.
And eat more
chitlins.
Well, anyway, you may be saying about now.
Big Leaf Bi-Carbonate. Oh, this one's 3 minutes.
Edible wrappers may be in grocery stores as soon as months from now. You've heard of good to the last drop? Well, your food could soon be good to the last bite.
Got to you, huh?
Shit's disorienting the way that keeps cutting out.
Let's focus on the red. In addition to FD&C red number 40, the FDA has approved certain food coloring additives. Some are actually poison. If you aren't sure of the additives or colorings in the products you purchase,
leave it alone.
Dude making political statements about food coloring.
One look at his featureless face. One look was enough to ensure his safety. As years passed, he became even more bitter and angry, burning with vengeance against the world. I warn you, Doom, you've gone too far. Yeah! Do it, Doom. Get your machine.
Okay, so I'm glad I did this the way I did, because all of that, none of those would work individually. I feel like those are all only as good as they are because I played them back to back without stopping. It kind of just feels like one song being split up into 4 different tracks, if that makes sense. Like, you could put those together as one long song and it would just kind of work. Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't as invested in that second part as I was the first bit. I feel like having it just entirely revolve around the samples and having it, you know, the lack of MF Doom's distinct charm being on display there kind of made it feel just a little less engaging. But still, I think that it's really creative. It's still very fun. And when listening to this album, I definitely wouldn't skip that second part because I feel like it is very essential coming after the first bit. It just isn't quite as interesting as the first bit, in my opinion. I would give the second third of this album like an 8.5, I think, altogether. Still fantastic regardless. Next up we have Kon Karne? Khan? Probably saying that wrong.
Darker than the East River, larger than the Empire State, where the beast who guard the barbed wire gate is on the debate.
Kon Karne, no
scattered by a plate. Water steel for real on wheels of steel. Stunner, a fun of summer, #1 meal deal bummer. A bizarre phenomenon is your armor on. Take your cash karma or break your fast Ramadan. After that, he's going back to Cali, where's the wilder than the Nile. Hold power like the Great Pyramids of Giza and stay leaning like the Tower of Pisa. You can't take the street out the street person looking for the perfect beat could worsen into heat burst. With the 3D ring sitting stationary like BB King could see how it really sting. It ain't no front row. Standing room only at the motocross stunt show. Blessed with a hot flow. Tested it, got dough. Invested and stressed the best to finesse a opto. As I reminisce, never forgot when I was very broke. Shot the Henny straight, couldn't afford to cop the cherry coke.
Oh yeah, this album flies by. That was the thing I noticed with Madvillainy as well. The pacing is just so on point, man. The album's just so relaxing as well. Like, all of the instrumentals are so satisfying in the way the samples are chopped up and sort of placed together. Someone said earlier that it's like perfect sleep music. I absolutely agree. I think that this album would be great to fall asleep to because of just how easy on the ears and satisfying it is. And everything sounds like as lo-fi as it does too. This would literally be the best album to fall asleep to imaginable. Kon Karne. A pretty impactful track to kick off the final third here. A lovely tribute to his brother who passed away. More just absolutely incredible sampling on this. They had that one vocal sample that he was using over and over again to kind of finish off the certain lines, which I thought was pretty cool. Yeah, that was just another incredibly satisfying sounding song. That shit was amazing. 9.2. Still blows my mind that MF Doom dropped 2 of the best hip hop albums in a single year, Madvillainy and Food. Yeah, it is kind of ridiculous. Like, putting out 2 albums that are both of this level of quality, it's just fucking nuts, man. Like, it's not fair. I couldn't make an album as good as this. It's not fair. This motherfucker did it twice in a year. I don't think I've heard any of KMD's stuff. I'm not sure. I probably have to check some of it out. Next up we have Guinnessez.
Running desperately low on food, they were forced to turn back.
Well, I'll be. I despise him. He intends to destroy all of us if I persist in refusing him. Even now.
Shaitan never came so ill. He got skill. Met a brother from the grill that gave my spine chills. All 33 nerves. Controlling my
we got
curves.
Star and
just swerved every time
Four
I got
Eyes
served.
on this song? Is that how you say that? 4 Eyes?
Empty, getting bitten by reality.
War wounds, purple heart, love, veteran, morphine, painkillers, drugs, and medicine.
Interesting layering. Grab the Hitler cut. Shut up. Listen, I showered right before I streamed, so my head's like... Okay, leave me alone. Plus, I'm shaving my head later, probably, so it's not gonna last.
Get so deep all in, I bet he never stopped balling women. Forsake God for the sin of a man. Sacrifice a whole life for a slice. Overstand dope, hokey poke, steady rocking boats. Got me aiming for your throat, sniper scope. Worried we supposed to elope?
On the front line, it's casualties in the line, and the POWs get left behind. Mentally.
Yeah, this is the most unique song on the album, easily. The vocals, like the actual rapping from the feature, feels a lot more expressive than the rapping has been up to this point from MF Doom and the other features, where all of them feel so relaxed, all of them feel so chill. That I'm guessing it's Star that we were hearing just there. She's just providing so much more of an expressive performance, and it's kind of a nice contrast to MF Doom. And even when you get the MF Doom chorus, you get this layering that, again, just makes it sound a lot bigger than the rest of the album has. And the niche community, he's even in just like mainstream... Oh, look at this.
Gentlemen, my favorite
8 million monthly listeners. Oh, it's 4 Eyes on the chorus?
Love is war and some chicks are just too hard to wife.
I can't lie, I just heard male vocalist and assumed it was MF Doom again. Did 4 Eyes also have a producer credit on this? I know PNS did, that's the other one.
Look, I need to see. Oh boy, here we go.
Damn. Yeah, incredible features on that one. Across the board. They provide a lot more of an expressive vocal presence than MF Doom does, and I think that's kind of a nice change of pace. It's a nice contrast to have in here, considering how laid back and relaxed everything else has been. Having something that's a little more emotive is kind of nice to have in here. I don't think they're as charismatic as a lot of MF Doom's performances are on here. You know, it's kind of steep competition, but I do genuinely think that both of them on that song did such a fantastic job. Yeah, I give that one like another high 8, I think, like 8.8, 8.9. Really fantastic. Best song so far was Potholderz for me. Kon Queso.
Give it a sec for the pain to start this wreck right here. It ain't for the faint of heart. They thought they saw the worst verse from the team of G-men who seemed like nerds at first. Whatever's clever, the masterful, whoever hook or hurt her. But now, oh no, if we see tomorrow, the next day classes, the villain in the back with the x-ray glasses. Have no fear, the ninja here. If you say so.
Hell of a pickup in the pace here.
Wear a metal map. Okay, yo, y'all know who to follow. Tie him up in the crib and leave they place hollow. Oh shoot, the goose, she's loose. So wild you couldn't chase it down with straight fruit juice. Train the same brain to an insane train of thought. On a campaign trail he came to gain your support. Charge cash for an autograph. Say some shit to make your daughter laugh, then slaughter the ass. Before you press charges, use your noodle. So what when he grabbed the mic, he crushed your cuticles. Keep your mouth shut, everything would be beautiful. It would be awfully rude to you. Now get back to your hootie hoo. If I had a dime for every rhymers that bust guns, I have a cool mill for my sons and trust funds. When I was broker than a broke dick dog, I always kept an L to smoke and thick fog. When it rained, it sure do thunderstorm. I could jump off the stage like yeehaw.
It's just like the best shit ever. I don't have anything to say about this, man. It's sharp. It's every single line gets better and better. It's silly. It's ridiculous. It's aware of how ridiculous it is.
We must hurry. Wait. If you are really with us, prove it. Let me hear you say it. Tell me that Doom is a tyrant and must be overthrown.
You're at the mercy of your deadliest enemy.
It is time you learned, once and for all, Doom, the United States does not barter with terrorists.
Flawless transition as always. Yeah, that was the best song on the whole album. 10. That was it, fucking insane. That's like the best written MF Doom song, maybe that I've heard. So that's like beats even a lot of the songs on Madvillainy. That was amazing. I had the biggest grin on my face at every single line. It's so clever. It's so out there. It's so ridiculous in its writing, but it's so self-aware. And it really is MF Doom's just such casual performance. Him just sounding like he doesn't give a fuck. That sells everything. I mean, what the fuck? What else do I have to say about that? It's amazing. This is like some peak glazing from me here. This is actually me at like top glaze, but this album's actually that good. And the thing is, I listened to another MF Doom album earlier, and listening to 2 albums almost back to back in terms of when I started listening to this, I'm not getting bored. This shit's just as good. Rapp, Snitch, Knishes? How do you say that? With Mr. Fantastic, he's got his arch nemesis on this shit. That's crazy.
Yo. MF Doom.
Mr.
Fantastic.
Villain.
What up, nigga?
Ain't nothing. What's
Oh,
the
really?
Knishes,
okay.
Rap snitches.
Oh, this is his biggest song.
Sit in the court and be their own star witness. Do you see the perpetrator? Yeah, I'm right here. Fuck around, get the whole label sent up for years. Tight profile, low, like 8 and paid in full. Attract heavy cash, cause the game's centrifugal. Mr. Fantastic, long though like elastic. Got my life with twin clocks that's made out of plastic.
How age I have?
My hoes be the
18 age.
Just sit in the court and be their own star witness. Do you see the perpetrator? Yeah, I'm right here. Fuck around, get the whole label sent up for years. Rap snitches, telling all their business. Sit in the court and be their own star
Holy
witness. Do you see
shit.
the
I love when people come in here and think they're the first person to make this joke. Because they say the same shit.
Son, shut your trap, save it for the bitches. Delicious, rap snitch, Knishes.
You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, man.
Well, they've still not figured out who Mr. Fantastic is. Whoever he is, he did a fucking incredible job. That is the best feature on the whole album. You get like the 2 best songs back to back. Like, no hyperbole. I think that one's another 10. Genuinely, that shit was insane. That was maybe the best written song on the whole project. Every single fucking line on there just had my fucking jaw on the floor. That was nuts. Mr. Fantastic matches and maybe even exceeds MF Doom's performance on that song as well. That was mind-blowing. Only under 3 minutes as well. Like, the flow of that shit is insane. You get like 5 minutes worth of content in an under 3 minute song. I don't want to make this statement too early, but I think I might like this more than Madvillainy. Madvillainy is like a solid... Madvillainy's... both of these albums are in like the 9 range for me. But this one feels like it might be a little step above. I don't know. Maybe it'll fuck it all up in the last 2 songs. Maybe these last 2 songs are going to suck ass. But I have faith that they won't be. Next up we have Vomitspit.
It's the beat. You hear Hear it in his sleep sometimes. Blare it in your Jeep so your peoples can stare at them rhymes. A lot of stuff happens that the news won't tell yous. Blues on L juice, snooze all hell loose. Rake it, take it like the good, the bad, the ugly.
It's like an Innovision songs in the key of life situation. I mean, I do have a favorite of those two as well.
Before she catch the monk singing, bring it back to your laboratory. While he's in his oratory, glorious like a horror story. The mask is like Jason. They told the place not to let the basket type case in.
Like, what the fuck, man?
It was the shit when I first scooped it. At least I get to sit out in New York and curse. Stupid. Plead the fifth. Sip wine stiffly. Patiently come up and be spiffy.
Oh my god, dude. What the fuck? It's just so likable.
Side effects are similar to sugar pill.
Everything is just fucking nuts. Like, he's doing so much insane shit at once. With just the most straight-faced performance. It's so chill. Doesn't even sound like he gives a shit. And you got like the best sampling ever. The only complaint I have about this album is that I'm just not. I don't have much to talk about really. All of the songs are incredible for kind of the same reasons as each other. I need to start talking about rap music more on this channel. Everything's just been fucking rock and metal. Like old rock and metal as well. I need to start covering rap music more. Yeah, I need to do and I want to do Donuts by Jay Dilla as well. This album's ending on its strongest notes. That one's like a high 9 for me, like 9.7, 9.8. This album is actually ending with like all of its best songs back to back to back to back. This album's ending with all of its fucking strongest notes, dude. Every single one of these final songs are all of the best things about the album being brought to their highest points. I mean, I don't even have too much to say. All of the songs, again, are incredible for all of the same reasons as each other. It's just all the most insane sampling, the most clever, slick writing imaginable, all being done with just the most relaxed, laid-back performance. Doesn't even sound like he's trying. Doesn't sound like he has to lift a finger for this shit. We're already at the end of this album. I've been recording for a fucking hour, and it does not feel like it. This shit has just gone by like that. Kookies.
It's horrible. One little evening alone home, end up with carpal tunnel syndrome. And here I am, known for giving heavy backaches, grown and living off of Little Debbie snack cakes.
Some great French music though, I probably can't speak it. Yeah, my GCSE French didn't do shit for me, I can't lie, I can't speak French.
I wonder what I owe her for a whole box of caramel coconut Samoa. Okay, honey, sweet dreams. Now it's time to get serious like Pete Green. The whiz with her leg bent, pregnant. God bless the day she wondered where her egg went. I need an L. It's hard to drink without it.
I'm so excited to do the Weezer discography, man. That's gonna be so fun. Because I've heard the first two albums and I don't like either of them. These drums sound amazing. What's this sampling? Actually, I can probably check on Genius. I'm gonna check what this samples. These drums sound amazing. Go Stetzer I by Stetzer Sonic and The Adoration by Electric Prunes. I'm not familiar with either of those songs. These drums sound fucking nuts. This is like the best drum sound they could possibly sample. The bass is actually like way thicker on this one than it is on all the other songs as well. Okay.
You know something, gang? That doom ain't really all bad.
What do you mean, Dan?
Well, on account of him, I had me a real good time, you know? I mean...
Of course. I'm glad it's ended on a skit. The We Need Food thing coming back, nice. I mean, look at that. Guy likes food by MF Doom, what's new? Yeah, that shit is insane. Coming out of this album, I can confidently say that I like this more than Madvillainy. And that's a hot take right there. I've seen some people say that, but that's not a very popular opinion. I think this is a little bit better than Madvillainy. Okay? And bear in mind that they're around the same, but if I had to pick one of the two that I think I'd come back to more, it would probably end up being this one, to be honest. This shit is just so slick. The sampling, I think, is a little bit more creative here. I think that the features on this album are flawless across the board. The flow of this shit is stunning. The only real issues I have is a couple of the skits lasting a little too long on the first disc. But besides that, this is just masterful across the board. That final song is another solid to high 9, like 9.6, 9.7. Incredible shit. So good. What did you expect? What did you expect? I knew for a fact he wasn't going to fuck it up in the last two songs. There was no reason for me to even be the littlest bit worried. Yeah, that was Food by MF Doom. I mean, I went into this thing knowing I was going to like it. I went into this thing with pretty high expectations, but not only were my expectations met, they were exceeded. I went into this not expecting it to be as good as Madvillainy was, because that album is just so meticulously put together. Every song on that album is basically perfect. But this kind of edges it out a little bit for me. I feel like this one's just a little more creative. It is a little more playful, a little more silly, and that kind of appeals to me a little bit more. So yeah, I think this one for me does edge it out slightly. But still, both albums are fantastic, and I think it's utterly ridiculous that both of them came out in the same year. How do you put out two albums that good in 1 year, like two of the best hip-hop albums imaginable? That's not fair. I couldn't make a single song as good as any of the songs across these two albums. And this guy's putting out like an hour and a half's worth of music that's that fucking spotless. It's insane. I am gonna run the numbers, and then I will tell you what the big overall score for the album is. So my score for the third, the third of the album would be a 9.5. And then if I take all of these scores, it adds up to a 9.1, but I'm going to bump that up to like a 9.5 because I think the overall experience of this album is better than the sum of its individual parts. This thing, as a front-to-back listen, I think is damn near spotless. And I think I'd put it just the slightest, tiniest bit above Madvillainy. Both the albums together are essentially flawless. This is some of the best, slickest, most easy on the ears, easy to listen to, well-written hip-hop albums imaginable. Like, they live up to the hype. I go into a lot of these albums a little skeptical, being like, what if I don't like it as much as other people do? And then I come out being like, what was I worried about? You know, it happens every single time. And I need to just stop being so worried, because a lot of the time they do just live up to the hype, and they really are as good as people say they are. And this is a perfect example of that, where it is just the most creative shit imaginable. It's just overflowing with the best ideas that I've heard on any hip-hop album. Speaking of which, I need to start listening to more rap music on this channel, because I don't do it enough. I've been talking about the Beatles too much, you know? Thank you all so much for watching this video. Let me know what you think of this album down below, and how does it compare to other MF Doom albums for you. Let me know what other albums you'd like to see me listen to in the future. Links in the description to my Discord, my album of the year, my Twitter, and my other channels. Check those out if you haven't. Like and sub if you haven't as well. We just crossed 2K, and now we're going for 10 million, ladies and gentlemen. We're on our way to 10 million, so help us reach that goal. Hopefully we can get there by the end of the month. And yeah, I'll see you all whenever our next stream or upload. Bye-bye.